Help me! Help me! Help me! Hold on! Hold on! Oh. Give it.
Wow, yo, America, what gun are you using, bro? Yo, America, TTV, man.
Hey guys, it's Merrick. I've got another gameplay commentary for you today. This one I'm playing BattleBit, and I'm actually going to be kind of showcasing the AK74. It's one of the first guns you get, but it's actually probably one of the best assault rifles in the game, especially that I've unlocked yet so far. On this I'm actually running the vertical grip, tack barrel, and the red dot for maximum vertical recoil reduction. But since the time of this recording, I've actually found that the long barrel is also crazy good and is something you should consider trying out. I am lukewarm on Basra. I really like fighting around the ship. For me at least, it seems like it takes a little too long to get from some points to each other. But when the fight is happening, it's actually a pretty good map, all things considered. The only thing I don't like about it is the long distance between points. With the paperwork out of the way, let's get started. I must have been talking to chat or something, but I'm mistaking a vehicle. Before I can even get to point C, there's already a few of the enemy pulling up in a Humvee. But thankfully, they way overextend and it's just a cleanup. But I get taken out from behind as apparently another Humvee came up the other side. After I make it back though, my team seems to be pushing into point C for once and we're not hitting a whole lot of pressure until we wrap around to the stairs. I let those guys go that way and I turn and catch some people on the other side of the ship before trying to push down this hallway. After reloading, I recheck that angle, trying to see if any people are still flooding into the ship. There's a few people coming in and I think I'm a little too far out from cover actually. But I'm not punished, and after delivering a few nades to whom it may concern, I hear some people pushing up the hallway, and I am not able to respond in time. Might have been better to hold the doorway instead of pushing into the hallway, but who knows if I would have gotten flanked. On my next life, though, I managed to get a pickup on somebody in a Humvee using the gun, only to immediately be murdered from the top of the ship. So we're just going to move on. It's incredibly important to stick around teammates and not overextend in this game, because you can be picked up. I am able to do just that and res a teammate, and then I try to cut this angle as best I can, but there's not a whole lot of room to work with. I'm able to take the first one out, proning to get a better angle under the pillar, and then a second one walks out. Thankfully, I'm just in position to take him out as well. On the next peek, I actually catch somebody close, but then I get shot from the top of the ship. I guess this might have been a slight overextension. I didn't really know that angle was threatened, and I don't really know if we have an answer to it. Currently, my answer to it is cross my fingers and pray. Thankfully though, somebody up there telegraphed themselves by shooting at a teammate, and I get an easy peek on them. I stay out a little too far because of how strong peeking is, but I don't get punished, and I actually whiff a few shots on a guy going over the top of the shipping container before I actually have to react to that spot that I was really praying nobody peeked in me from. While I'm recovering though, I hear the PTSD sound that any regular BattleBit player hears, and I hear a drone coming my way. I immediately evacuate my position, and thankfully as I'm falling back, I actually see somebody who was pushing up on my container. So it winds up working out for all the wrong reasons, and I get a few easy cleanups here. But there's more of them than I have bullets, so I actually try to rotate off, but because I have so much to deal with between healing, bandaging, and running, there's no hope of me getting out, and I just die. I don't get rezzed, and on my way back, I actually move along the north side of the map from the containers. There's a little bit of an outskirts that you can kind of flank and move around. I use that and get a few easy pickups, but as I try to be a good person and go for a teammate res, I just get flanked and die for free. Respawning on a teammate though, the state of the game seems to have changed some. While we've been at sea while the enemies controlled it, we've generally been applying a lot of pressure and actually fighting over the point. It seems like they've pushed past the point now, so I actually take a few shots from an off angle and I have to recover. Unfortunately, recovery in this game takes a little long, which is why I've been cutting it out, but in this situation, someone actually walks by me, and this is a great opportunity to see one of the opportunities where the longer downtime actually allows me to get a flank, and kind of rethink what I'm doing rather than just running and shift Wing at these guys. I actually should be worried about somebody pushing out of the ship at me, but what I'm mostly focusing on here is trying to clear up the west end of the ship. There's a whole lot of enemy population there, so it's a good opportunity for kills, but if we can get that resecured, it'll get my team back on pushing and kind of hopefully keep us from getting pushed back to point B. Like I said before, one of my major dislikes about this map is just the running distance between the points on the larger modes. I get flanked, but it's not actually from the ship. I think there might have been a fourth one out there that I didn't see, and he got the reses on him and they got the flank. But getting back into the ship, my team seems to secure the area, but the audio gives me a free kill. I'm so thirsty for more kills here that I actually push all the way into the middle of the street, way into the open without even reloading. I'm obviously on autopilot here a little bit, but thankfully I did remember to reload, because even though I autopilot out onto point, I wind up being able to catch someone who came in from the other side. I run up to the roof looking for people to fight. I don't find any, but I am able to res a teammate, and then I run back downstairs and find a few more people that came out onto point. In hindsight, I could have played this a little better. I kill the guy who's resing before he finishes the res, and then I expect the other guy to peek out into me, but he doesn't cooperate with my script, and then when they do peek, they're peeking from below where I wasn't prepared for. If you want to be nitpicky, the guy was technically in view for a single frame, but there's no way I was going to see that while shooting that guy. But more importantly, I could have done that better by letting that guy res, taking the 2 kills, and potentially letting that other guy walk out into the open where I can see it. At the same time, somebody could have walked in from a different angle and completely murdered me immediately. So, hindsight doesn't always work out, but I think that may have been the better attempted play. My team was able to hold on to C, and as I'm pushing back there, I actually see somebody who seems to be out of position and thought I was their teammate.
Oh, you're not my teammate. Hi, not my teammate.
What's up, dude? But while memeing, I get shot from the side, and thankfully I'm able to respond and get 1, but I get completely lucky by living. I completely run out of bullets because I didn't reload from fighting the guy, and I jump into the blue container to bed and heal. I try to cut this corner once I'm ready to fight, but I'm way away from it. Thankfully I catch a guy off guard. I also get incredibly lucky because somebody who is on my flank, I think they're not my teammate guy, got rezzed and just didn't have bullets, so I got to live for free. Thank you. I don't want to push out that door because there was just bad people out there, so I climb up the ladder. I actually get somebody on their flank, miss everything, and then get flanked myself. I make a quick 1-for-1 trade, and then I actually find out that I think this ship might be haunted. The footsteps went the other direction, but I'm on alert now, so I'm looking down from the top, and I actually find a few kills while roaming around here. He jumped up to the second floor and went to the end of the hallway, so he's either going to be re-peeking there or coming along the top. I went to go look for him on the top, just for him to re-peek the doorway, and then someone also peeked the top at the same time. But that's all I find for a little while, and then point C gets contested, so I actually try to run back down and help them out with that, just to get flanked.
Dude.
And the worst thing that could possibly happen has happened. We lost point C, and we're now spawning at point B, which means we have an hour-and-a-half long walk. But I hear a lot of gunshots, and it seems like there's just a few people giving my team the business. Once I see where he's at, I just pre-fire him, and then as I try to push in to get the second one, somebody flanks around from the top, and we clear him out pretty easily, actually. And just like when you take out an MG nest that's suppressing your allies in a campaign, the puppies are unstuck and we're able to finally push to point C. I don't see anybody as I'm pushing down the road, and then I get immediately murdered from the trees. Thankfully, my champion of a teammate comes over and reses me, and then we push down along the beach. Which just so happens to be covered in unfriendly, angry nerds. I'm able to clear a bunch of them out, only to die instantly the moment I touch the sand. Thankfully, my champion teammate is at it again, and he's able to clear out this guy and pick me up. What a baller. We're able to push down to the end of the beach, where he gets a few kills, and I wipe out another guy, but then we get flanked, and we actually finally get taken out for real. No. Loading my last checkpoint, I have to go clear out B again so that we can start pushing C. And it seems like there's a lot more pressure here now than last time. There's no cover, so I kind of just try to run across to where there is cover, and I just take fights as I find them. They kind of just keep showing up, but I'm really just trying to make my way to point B so that I can get back to point C. I actually tunneled so hard at looking at that guy's feet, I didn't see him jump into the vehicle. If he didn't panic and just got to the gun, it would have worked out for him. Once this main area here is actually clear, they stop showing up for a bit, and I kind of assume we've cleared them all out, and I try to push directly into point B. I head up these stairs just to be surprised by somebody hiding in the crook of this, because fuck me. Fast forwarding, because we had to walk all the way back to point C, now being trained for a marathon, I take my ass up to the top of the boat and try to fight there, where I'm able to barely pick up someone retreating, and I go to res my teammate, and I wish he would shut the fuck up and not give away that I'm resing, because oh my god. Teammate rezzed, weapon reloaded, and pants changed. I now start using my height advantage to try to pick up some free kills. If only I remembered that I had to lead. I get tagged by a sniper as I'm backing off, and I'm forced to med up again, but as I return to the fight, I just res my teammate and then try to take another shot at getting some free kills. Then that sniper that shot me the first time shoots me again, and for the fourth time in 20 seconds, I have to bandage and med. I'm getting a little frustrated at this point, and I try to take a look for the sniper, but when I don't see him, I turn the other way. I find a free kill, but because I was frustrated and being a dumbass, I didn't reload, and then in my infinite wisdom, I run directly to the ledge while not reloaded and almost throw away this free kill and die for it. Oh yeah, and then I have to bandage and med again. I know that sniper is shooting me from the hillside, and I'm absolutely tired of his shit, so I just go out the other side of the container and go to the breach in the ship to try to get some kills. But I'm tunneling so hard on people inside of the ship, when they're on top of the ship, they just get a free kill on me. I'm able to spawn on a teammate, thankfully, but we've lost most of the control of point C, and we don't have a whole lot of spawns around here. As I'm trying to deal with some people on our side of the ship, I actually panic and make the absolute wrong decision. I feel like I don't have time to back off, med, and bandage, because I feel like if I try to turn around and run back, that he would just peek me. But somehow I believe I have enough time to run across the street at him without him peeking me, which he doesn't. And then I just hard commit to a fight that I can't win either way. The rest of my team is able to clear up the few people that were left there though, and I get picked up, and then I head for the height advantage on top of the ship again.
Help me! Help me!
I catch one off guard coming up the ramp here, but as I turn the corner yet again, it's obvious that this guy was not ready, and the whole area here seems to be unprepared, so I push aggressively, and I get a good return.
Wow, yo, America, what gun are you using, bro? Yo, America, TTV main, AK74.
Once I divulge my secret weapon choice to this guy, we push across the top of the ship, and we hold at the end while we try to capture the point. We're not able to flip the point, so it's obvious we're outnumbered, and I'm just looking around to try to get some kills and maybe change that. I feel like I'm in a really good position to take on a whole lot of people coming up this way, but somebody sees me between a rock and a hard place and manages to thread a bunch of shots through the crack and kill me. Good shot, I just didn't expect to die from there. Loading last checkpoint again, I spawn at B and have to take the long, arduous walk to C, only to get caught off guard the instant I walk outside. I'm able to get picked up again, which is why I think this game has a heavy reliance on not overextending and not diving way too deep, and then we continue our push back towards C, picking up a straggler along the way. Making it back with a little bit more wind in my sails thanks to my marathon training. We see some people outside along the containers, and I throw some nades at them, trying to get what I can as we try to regain position. It doesn't feel like it's safe enough to push across yet. I'm still trying to loosen up the area first. My plan is to kind of go around the outskirts and try to get people that are targeting or blocking my guys from getting in. I want to be on the flank. But as I push up trying to do that, my teammate scares me because his blue dot is almost invisible against the sky, and I double check between him and a real enemy while the enemy actually just murders me for free. I'm able to then spawn on an ally and get a massively nice flank on some people that are just climbing up a rope, and talk about free kills. Unfortunately though, before I'm able to get this last one, the game comes to an end. My team lost, but I thought this was a good opportunity to talk about some of the thought processes that go on during the game and to showcase the AK74. The gun was really instrumental in hitting a lot of these long-distance shots and headshots over corners and tight angles, and it would have been a little more difficult with other guns because the AK74 has really low vertical recoil when you build for it. Again though, I think the long barrel is also a great honorable mention that is very, very useful and very powerful as it reduces the amount of headshots to kill through some helmets. Still getting used to the BattleBit format for this. Please let me know what you guys think, what you do and don't like, how I can improve these. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.